Welcome to Intelexx, a place for entrepreneurs podcast. This is season 3, episode 7, and we are going to be talking about how you can create multiple streams of income. Now, I know that you've heard it said before that in order to be prosperous and wealthy, you have to have multiple streams of income to sustain whatever lifestyle that you would like, right? And nowadays, the industry and the employment places, they don't pay you what you're worth, and you're overworked and underpaid. That is something that has been going on for a very long time, right? But there's something that we could do that's within our power to change that. So we are going to talk about that today, right? So some ways that you can create multiple streams. So there's earned income, and earned income is the way that you go to a 9 to 5, you get paid in exchange for the work that you do, something that you earn, right? There is also capital gains. There's interest income, dividend income, rental income, business income, and royalty income. All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about that first, and then we're going to go into a bunch of ways that you can actually create income for yourself. Okay, so we just went over earned income, right? That's where you exchange your work for getting paid. An earned income salary, the pros of it is that it's reliable, it's easier to obtain. The cons of it is that it's limited by time. It doesn't scale. Now, there are different positions that you can have where it increases over time, where you might be on a job for like a year and they might increase it 50 cent, or you go to a different position and your income raises. But for the majority of the time that you're on that 9 to 5, you are getting paid that same amount for the duration that you're there. And it can be risky as your only income source, right? So capital gains are profits that you make from selling an asset like stocks, real estate, artwork at a higher price than you originally paid for it. That's like buying something in bulk and then selling it for a little bit more so you can make some type of profit, right? This is often associated with long-term investing and is an effective way to build wealth over time, right? So the amount of capital gains that you earn depends on the value of the asset when you sell it and how much you paid for it initially. If you hold an asset for more than a year before selling it, you will be taxed at a long-term capital gains rate, which is typically lower than the tax rate you would need to pay an ordinary income. So a single individual using a standard deduction would pay $0 in federal taxes if their adjusted gross income was $54,625 or less and was completely from long-term capital gains. For married couples, the number jumps to over $100,000 in tax-free capital gain income when using the standard deduction. So, since most people generate earned income throughout their lives, this strategy is best for those in retirement who can settle down and sell their assets without having to pay Uncle Sam, right? Another benefit of capital gains is that it requires relatively little effort on your part once you set it up. It pretty much works for you, right? Saving money to invest can be hard. Generating capital gains after you've invested your money is a form of passive income that can help you build your wealth. All right, we have the pros of it is passive, better tax treatment. The cons of it is it can disappear quickly, it's not as reliable, and it requires capital. So you need money to make money, right? So that's what that one is. The next one we have is interest income. So interest income is another form of passive income that's generated by lending money to others, typically through a savings account, money market account, certificates of deposit, or fixed income securities. This form of income can be a reliable and predictable source of revenue as the interest rate is typically fixed and earned over a set period of time. So one of the benefits is that it generally is considered a low risk investment that provides a guarantee, right? It provides a guaranteed rate of return. So it makes it an attractive option for individuals who want to earn a steady stream of income without the volatility and risk of other investments. So to maximize your interest income, you can shop around for high yield savings accounts or CDs that offer competitive interest rates. You can also consider interest rates that traditional savings accounts do not have, right? So some of the positives is that it's passive, it's consistent, and it's predictable. The cons is that it requires capital, right? You need money to make money, and it's a small relative to other income sources. Then you have dividend income, and that is a form of passive income that's earned by owning stocks that pay dividends, which are a portion of the company's profits that are distributed to shareholders. So dividend income is often considered a more stable form of income compared to capital gains, as it is not tied to the fluctuations of the stock market and can provide a consistent stream of revenue over time. So an example is during the Great Depression, the stock prices declined by 90%, yet dividend income only dropped by 50%. So this illustrates how the dividend income can act as a partial buffer against large declines in asset companies, in asset prices, excuse me. This does not mean that dividend income is guaranteed, because companies can reduce or eliminate their dividends at any time, but it's far stickier than many might realize. It's more likely to keep pace with inflation as companies raise their dividends to offset higher prices. But once again, it's not guaranteed, but it's not unusual either. So some of the pros is that it's passive, relatively stable. The con is that you gotta make money, you got to get money and make money, and it requires capital. You have to give money to make money, right? It may not generate as much income long term as stocks generally do, right? Another way to create income is rental income. So this is a form of passive income that's earned by owning and renting out different properties, a house, apartment, condo, or commercial space. It can provide a steady and reliable source of revenue, as rental income is typically earned on a monthly basis and can be used to pay off the mortgage or other expenses associated with the property. One of the benefits is that it can provide a hedge against inflation, as rental income can increase over time with the rising cost of living, right? We all deal with that. Additionally, rental income can provide a tax benefit, as rental expenses like the mortgage interest, the property taxes, the maintenance costs, and all of these things can be deducted from that income, right? So to maximize your rental income, you can invest in a property that has the potential for a high rental demand, a property in a desirable location with unique amenities, things of that nature. You can also consider hiring a property manager to handle the day-to-day operations of the property and ensure that the rental income is maximized. Okay, so the pros can be it's somewhat passive, it has better tax treatment, but then it requires capital, right? You got to give money to make money, and some expertise. So you got to know what you're doing. A lot of people go and get their license to sell real estate. It is mentally draining. It can be a hassle if you are not familiarized with it. So definitely do some research on how to give and trade. And dealing with tenants is not always an easy thing. So you got to learn how to deal with people and relate to them in a way to where they respect you, but they can also come to you if they need anything, right? There's also real estate investment trusts, which is REITs, that you can do where you don't necessarily have to own property or have to get property, but you can invest through stocks and still be a part of real estate. So That's also another form. Then you have business income, which is a form of earned income that's generated by owning and operating a business, right? How many of us have businesses? How many of us are making money from those businesses? How many of us know how difficult it is to create a sustainable and successful business that has income coming in every month and getting higher and higher every month, right? It is not as easy as it looks. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of commitment, dedication, consistency, all of those things. And yes, you need money, but in order to make money, you have to do different things, right? And it depends on the type of business that you have. You have to promote, you have to wear a bunch of hats if you're just starting out before you're able to bring people on and get employees and things of that nature. So you definitely have to know a little bit, right? But it can provide unlimited potential for revenue and can be a powerful tool for building wealth over time. One of the benefits is that it can provide flexibility and independence. So apart from a 9 to 5 where you have a strict schedule, you can make your own hours as a business owner. But also, as a business owner, you have to work more hours in order to get to where you want to be. So you have to think about that as well. You control your schedule and you make decisions that can directly impact your earnings. So owning a business can provide tax benefits as certain expenses can be deducted from your income and reduce your overall tax liability. So to maximize your business income, you can invest in a business that has a strong potential for growth and profitability. So it doesn't necessarily have to be yours per se, but you can invest in somebody else's business and maybe partner on with them. There's so many different ways, y'all. This is just one way. Online businesses are great, for getting started because costs are generally lower. Margins can be quite high. You can also consider leveraging technology and social media to reach more customers and generate more revenue. Listen, everybody's on social media right now, okay? And, one way to get to people is by going to where they are. And where they are is online. So if you have an online business, there's so many people out here with online businesses that are doing their thing, that's making good profit from not even having a storefront place. They are strictly online and they are making a killing. All right, so don't knock the online businesses because they're doing a great job. Now, owning a business does come with risk, market fluctuations, competition, operational costs, but running a business requires a certain level of time, effort, and investment, so you have to really think about whether that is good for you. Now, the pros of it is better tax treatment. It scales well, especially if the business is online. The con is requires a lot of work, capital, or both, and it could take many years before you see results. You see a lot of people that you might think like, oh, they're doing great, they're wonderful, they're so successful. But if you check back on their story and how long it actually took for them to see success, you might be surprised at what you hear. Because success is not overnight. It takes time, right? And if it's not something that you love, you're going to give it up quickly, okay? Now we have royalty income, and this is a form of passive income that's earned by owning and licensing intellectual property, patents, copyrights, trademarks, things of that nature. This form of income can provide a steady and reliable source of income and a reliable source of revenue, as royalty income is typically earned on a regular basis based on the usage or sales of that intellectual property, right? So one of the benefits is that it can provide a consistent source of income without the need for ongoing maintenance or investment. Owning intellectual property can provide a level of protection and security, as it can prevent others from using or profiting from your works, right? So to maximize this way, you can invest in an intellectual property that has a potential for high demand and widespread uses, like a popular song or book. You can also partner with a licensing agency or publisher to handle the licensing and distribution of your intellectual property as well. Sometimes you need that team. Sometimes you need somebody that knows what they're doing better than you so that you can maximize your profit on, whatever it is that you're doing, right? So the pros is it can scale very well. It's passive. The con is it requires a product with demand. You don't want to put a product out there that nobody wants and then you're sitting in a negative because you're not making anything. Let's not make that mistake, y'all, okay? And then also, there's no guarantee of a return on your time, effort, and investment. So it's a big risk, right? But is that the risk that you want to take? This is an option, all right? And then we have a few other ways. And, just to go back to those 7 types, right? Those 7 types, you have earned income, you have capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rental income, business income, and royalty income. So those are 7 ways that you can build your wealth and create other streams, right? Now, we're going to talk about some other ways, and we may not go as deep into these because some of them are similar to the ones that we just went over. But, so, like I said, earn income, having a full-time job, right? That is one. The next one, rental income, we just went over that. Picking a side gig. So sometimes people have full-time jobs with something on the side. You can do a side hustle of your choosing. You can have a full-time job and a part-time business. You can have something like DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, Lyft, Instacart. There's so many different things out here. Amazon Flex, so many different things that you can do to create passive income. So doing a side hustle, you can create something online, be a social media influencer, do that part-time, get followers, start generating income from that, and go from there, right? Y'all just gotta get creative, right? You can create online courses, selling ebooks, teaching people how to break it down. You can have a course where you're breaking down your ebook. You can have a course on how to make money, how I went from this amount to that amount in this amount of time, how to sell a product, how to create a business. There's so many different options and opportunities that you can create for yourself having an online course. All right, that is an option. You can do a blog where people can follow you around and see your step-to-step process. Like if you are a chef or if you like to make food and make it look nice, you can create a blog showing this is what I'm making today, this is for the week, and then maybe having videos where you're breaking down the process, this is the ingredients, and just actually showing them what it looks like throughout the whole thing, having a step-by-step tutorial. You can have a personal blog where people just follow you around and see what your life is like. There's so many different things, y'all. Do not limit yourself to one thing, okay? Having a high yield savings account. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but it has higher interest rates and it can help you grow your savings more quickly and provide passive income. So you don't necessarily have to do anything but have money in the bank, All right, so having investments accounts. We already went over that. So like Robinhood is an investment account, Betterment, they're popular platforms. Now do your research before you just decide to go jump in and get an investment account, right? Make sure that you know that your money is being put in the right place and that you're not being scammed, because there's a bunch of scams out here. So be mindful of that, y'all. Please be mindful, because we do not want anything to happen to y'all money, especially if you're trying to grow it and not decrease it, okay? Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is something that's really big right now. If you don't know any much about digital real estate, you can get started using affiliate links. So it adds to your multiple income streams and it earns you passive income while you're sleeping. It could be a great way to supplement your income from other sources. So affiliate marketing is when a business has an advertising relationship with you and pays you a commission for each visitor or customer you send their way. Now, us here at Intelexx, we do have affiliate marketing with people that we have partnered with, our experts in other platforms, other businesses, where if you sign up for either one of us, you get a discount, right? So if you sign up with us, you get a discount with them. If you sign up with them, you get a discount with us, things like that. So hop onto that, okay? Because a lot of people like to save money, people like sales, and people like being able to get one thing for the price of a couple things. Let's rewind that. People like a few things for the price of one thing, right? So to get more for your money, affiliate marketing is a good way to do. We also talked about real estate investing, having an online store. We talked about that. Monetizing your hobbies, right? If you're somebody who draws or paints and you just do it for fun, but people are like, listen, I want to buy your stuff and I want to do this, put it out there, put it on your pages, on social media, make videos about it, go out into, you know, the areas where people are frequenting, like the bookstores or the parks and things of that nature. Set yourself up, put your stuff out there and be like, hey, I'm selling this for $10, $20, $30. People will buy your stuff, but you have to promote it, right? We also have freelance writing. You can make more money on the side by being a freelance writer, where you get hired to write for someone else, to write their blogs, or to help hire people, whatever the case may be. They can hire you to write for them, and that could be an extra income for you. You can also get paid to proofread different articles, different books, different sources, right? Different posts, whatever that case may be. You can get paid for that, okay? Listen, we are all about increasing our income this year, right? You can become a virtual assistant. I've heard many people say that they are making a good coin with being a virtual assistant, okay? And they're in high demand. They're only expected to grow in the coming years, so you want to get on that, right? You provide a range of services to businesses and individuals, like administrative support, customer service, social media management, and the list goes on and on. So if that's something that you're interested in, hop on that, okay? You can write books and sell those books, right? Now, the book don't have to be long. It could be a how-to book, a DIY book. It could be, you know, a book that you want to turn into a movie. It could be a poem book or a short story book or a children's book. Whatever book that you feel is in your lane to do that. But there are many people out here that like reading books, including myself. So if you are interested in creating a book, definitely connect with us if you need help with that, okay? Because we got books over here and we want you to start making money. And if that's the way that you can make money, definitely do that. Now you can stream videos online, whether it be gaming, whether you are doing vlogs, whether you have a sponsorship or something like that. You can start streaming videos. You can even copy videos that's already online and create and stream them on your page. There's so many people who have the same video on their page and there's so many views on each of them. Your audience is for you, right? So make sure that if you're doing something like this, stream it out, promote it, put it out there, and start generating an income for fun. And it's basically a pay by view basis when you do it like this. YouTube is a great way to stream videos. Becoming an influencer is a great way to make money. Now, when it comes to different platforms, you have to have a certain following in order to start generating income. YouTube, you have to have a certain amount. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of these platforms, they have different restrictions and different stipulations. So make sure you look into which one you want to monetize from. And if you want to monetize from all of them, figure out what you need to do for that. But make sure you're posting engaging and interesting content that people want to share. Once you get a certain following, you can partner with brands, sell products and services to your audience. They can get discounts based off of your code and things of that nature. So really just, get into it. You can create printables. So creating and selling them online on various platforms like your website or blog, social media sites, online marketplaces. All you need is a computer, an internet connection, and some basic design skills. You can use the Canva app or Word to create designs and your basic setup and then jazz it up, right? You got everything you need. You don't got to do extra things. You can also sell designs if that's something that you're into. People are willing to buy what it is that you are trying to sell. You just got to market it right and you got to talk to the right audience, okay? you can use your vehicle. You can do Toro, you can do ride sharing services, food delivery services, whatever you are interested in doing. Your vehicle can make you some money, okay? You don't just have to use it to spend money. You can make money with it as well. Go Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Instacart, all the things we mentioned earlier. You can do all those with your vehicle. You can make money taking pictures, okay? People will pay to have photo shoots. People will pay for what it is that you're selling. So if you have photos that you have done, you can post the things that you've done in the past, different photo shoots, different still shots, or, people, animals, whatever pictures that you're into, you can do that with the, putting it online, putting it on your pages, on your blogs, or however, and people will pay you to use them for different projects, right? You can get paid to take surveys, swag buck surveys, inbox dollars, 9-point surveys. Now they don't really, generate a lot. They could be like $1, 50 cents, 25 cents, 5 cents. But if you do enough of them, you can get a good stack by doing those surveys. So you can look into that. Using all your skills, right? So there are many ways to create a stream of income, but one of the best ways is to use all of the skills that you have. You may have a whole skill set not being used at your job. So really just sit down and figure out what it is that you're great at, what skills that you're using, what skills you're not using, what you can get better in, right? And just really take it there, right? You could proofread, freelance writing. There's so many different ways, but there's different apps like Steady, Fiverr, FlexJobs, and Upwork where, you can promote your skills and make money with what it is that you do naturally, right? So yeah, that was a few different ways, right? And just so many ways that you can create income, earned income, real estate, rental income, having a side hustle, creating online courses, having, a blog, having high yield savings accounts, investment accounts, affiliate marketing, real estate investing, having an online store, monetizing your hobbies, being a freelance writer or proofreader, becoming a virtual assistant, writing books, streaming videos online, becoming an influencer, creating printables, selling designs, using your vehicle, taking pictures, doing surveys, and using all of your skills. So listen, this is all of the things that you can do to create multiple streams of income. And I want this to be interactive. So anyone with any ideas on how to create other streams of income that we did not talk about today, please let us know and share it with us so that we could do maybe a part 2 of this with things that you all came up with. But this is just some things that we can give to you all to help you to be more wealthy, to increase your income, to build up your wealth over time, because we are focusing on generational wealth, y'all. Okay, so that is all that we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have so much going on, from Meeting of the Minds Mondays, Q&A Wednesdays, Freestyle Fridays, our Art Awareness fundraiser, our art and business seminars, our Showcase Your Talent show that's coming up next week, and so much more. But make sure to stay up to date on all things Intelexx by subscribing to our email list and subscribing to our YouTube channel. It is free $99. We also have member fees if you want to get all things Intelexx and get some goodies along the way. You pay for the value, you pay for the extras, and you get it all, right? We treat y'all good over here, all right? So without further ado, I just want you to remember that you are uniquely designed and one of a kind. So don't let anybody stop your shine. Nobody can be you but you. So make sure you are uniquely, beautifully, and artistically you. That you do you, live you, love you, and crush it too. You put into you what you want to get out. So make sure you're putting your all into everything. And that's your gem for the day. All right, until next time, have a great rest of your week.